Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerhour. Let's get started with our top stories this morning, sponsored by Carnegie Heights. We have a sneak peek at the new Virgin Hotel to share with you. The former Hard Rock Hotel is set to open its doors on Thursday after a $200 million renovation that lasted 13 months. The opening will come just as the easing of COVID-19 rules allows Las Vegas to welcome more visitors.
We wanted to reopen this property as the market was reopening, and hopefully, that we can make our own little contribution to the community by generating some excitement and generating some new traffic. As generally happens when new resorts open, there generally is some renewed interest in Las Vegas with the opening of a new resort. And we wanted to be part of the state of Nevada and the Las Vegas reopening.
You can call them vaccine hunters. And with high demand for COVID-19 vaccines, members of this local Facebook group are getting creative in order to get their shots. The Review-Journal's Jen Ah tells us how. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Renee. These are people who aren't eligible yet but are finding their way around the restrictions. Meet 59-year-old SHELLY Boyles, who wants her shot so she can start traveling again. She drove all the way from Mesquite.
This is actually our third time trying, but this is the first time on the wait list.
The Facebook group called Las Vegas Vaccine Hunters boasts 2,400 plus members. Their main discussion, how to get leftover vaccines so the doses don't go to waste. For more on the story, go to lvrj.com. Renee?
Today is the anniversary of something that helped Las Vegas become a destination for travelers from all around the world. Review-Journal videographer Michael Quine takes us there.
It was March 19, 1931, when state leaders approved legalized gambling, forever changing the economic course of Nevada and Las Vegas. It was the beginning of the Depression. Mining was in decline, and the state's economy was in shambles. Illegal casinos had operated in some hotels for years, but it was a small-scale business at the time. In the 1950s, it grew tremendously, and the regulatory structure grew with it. In the first few decades after the legalization of gambling, organized crime flourished in Las Vegas. Today, state gambling taxes account for the lion's share of Nevada's overall tax revenues. The next state to legalize modern casino gaming was New Jersey in 1976. That's a 45-year head start. That big head start in the industry is why Nevada is still considered the nation's and maybe the world's leading authority in gambling. Nevada has since become the gambling and entertainment capital of the world, famous for its casinos, nightclubs, and sporting events.
Now let's take a look at our local weather, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Happy Friday, everyone, and spring is officially here starting this weekend. Today will be the hottest day of the season at almost 81 degrees. Light winds, but gusts could get up to 24 miles per hour. Tonight's lows in the upper 50s. For the weekend, temperatures will stay around the upper 60s, low 70s, and sunny. Mostly clear skies for your evenings with lows in the upper 40s. Have a great weekend. Get a reminder every time we update 7 at 7 right here on Facebook. Just give us a like and hit that subscribe button down below. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada Bank on Accountability, the Rio is getting a makeover under a franchising deal with Hyatt Hotels. Dreamscape Companies, which owns the Rio, announced the deal Thursday to renovate the property, including its guest rooms, casino, and pools. The 31-year-old resort will keep the Rio name, but one of the hotel towers will be transformed into a Hyatt Regency hotel. This will be the Hyatt's first full-service hotel in the area. A spokesperson for the company said it is targeting leisure and business travelers. The financial terms of the agreement were not disclosed. In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Get Healthy Clark County, just in time for the start of spring. Portions of the Springs Preserve are welcoming guests again. Several outdoor areas of the preserve are reopening today at 9 a.m., including the animal habitat, the main playground, and the botanical garden. In addition, the Nevada State Museum will be open Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Visitors will have to purchase tickets in advance, and they will be required to wear masks and observe social distancing protocols.
Sports, sponsored by Scenic Brewing Company. With the Golden Knights leading the NHL in points percentage entering Thursday's games, and showing very few weaknesses. General Manager Kelly McCrimmon told Review Journal sports reporter David Shane his plan leading up to the April 12th trade deadline won't be like it has been in the past. The Golden Knights like the roster they've built, and the salary cap could be an issue if they wanted to make any trades.
Happy Friday, everyone. Cassie Soto here with your sports betting update. The NCAA tournament tips off today with 16 first-round games. In the first game of the day, number 7 seed Florida is even against number 10 Virginia Tech at the Westgate, and the total is 135. Both Mountain West entrances are also in action. Number 6 seed San Diego State is a 3-point favorite over number 11 Syracuse, and number 11 seed Utah State is a 4-point underdog to number 6 Texas Tech. Follow all the betting action on the March Madness Bad Beats blog at lvrj.com.
In your health news, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. A new clinic will be seeing patients this summer at a place you might not expect. University Medical Center will operate the clinic at McCarran International Airport. County commissioners approved the deal to lease the space to UMC this week. The clinic will be located in Terminal 1 next to the security checkpoint, and it will offer services such as primary urgent care, screening exams, and for those who have symptoms, rapid COVID testing. Lastly, to your entertainment news, sponsored by Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Terry Fader has returned to the stage. After a decade at the Mirage, the entertainer has now set up shop at New York, New York. John Katzlamides tells us more.
Veteran strip headliner Terry Fader is back on stage, and for the first time he's going to be at New York, New York in the old Zumanity Theater. Terry told me that he's going to be going with just himself and his figures, no band around him, though his band is playing tracks behind him. He's going to duet with himself as a character and one of his figures on video, and he's not going to be using the Donald Trump puppet for the foreseeable future. You can understand why. That puppet, when it came out, was divisive to the crowd, to say the least. But Terry has more than 20 other figures to work with and a long history in Las Vegas.
Well, that's all for today's 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. Remember, the Las Vegas Review-Journal brings you 7 at 7 weekdays at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on lvrj.com. You can also download our free RJ mobile app to get news alerts sent straight to your phone. And don't forget, you can find us on Roku, Alexa, and more. We hope you'll join us again this evening for 7 at 7 p.m. Happy Friday.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.